Hello everyone, this is Dean from the Rogue Deck Chronicles, and I'm here to show off our Rogue Deck of the Week from our newest episode, The Rogues of Christmas Past, and this week we are featuring Kyurem VMAX. So if you haven't had a chance to take a listen to our episode where we talked about this deck, go ahead and listen to us. We talk about cards that are rotating and coming up in 2025. We talk about the significance of these cards and how they played an impact in the meta. And when we were talking about a deck to go over with this for that episode, what better way to really solidify the end of that episode than Kyurem VMAX. This list gives off a lot of the cards that are rotating. For once, it's one of the last few VMAX cards that are left in standard play right now. We are getting rid of the VMAX, or the V cards as well, like Lumineon. And we're also going to be losing the VSTAR, like here in Palkia VSTAR. Oh, sorry, forgot one more. Radiant Pokemon are leaving us too. So this deck shows off a lot of the cards that we are losing to rotation. So we just want to kind of do an early last goodbye. So Kyurem VMAX, for those who don't know, is a VMAX Pokemon. So when it gets knocked out, it does give up 3 prize cards. Probably one of the main reasons why we don't see it as much anymore. It has a 330 HP. It is a water Pokemon with the Glaciated Whirl ability. This reads, once during your turn, you may discard the top card of your deck, and if that card is a water energy, you can attach it to one of your Pokemon. And we pair this off with Max Frost, so for 3 water energies, it does a base 120, and then you can discard any amount of water Pokemon from this Kyurem VMAX, and for every any water energy, and every energy that you discard, you do 50 more damage. So this is paired with Palkia VSTAR with the Star Portal VSTAR ability, where only once during the whole entire game you can attach up to 3 water energy from your discard pile and attach it to any of your water Pokemon in play, which makes it easy because we play almost nothing but water Pokemon except for the Mew and Fezandipiti just for some draw support. And then we have the Radiant Greninja with concealed cards, which pairs with Palkia VSTAR so well, as we've seen with other decks. But yeah, Kyurem VMAX, it's a fun deck. I was actually just playing a couple matches with this before recording, and the beauty of this card is that it's your attacker and it's also your support Pokemon. And I say that because we paired it with Academy at Night. So when this card got released in Shrouded Fables, this was one of the first cards it was attached to. Academy at Night states, once during each player's turn, that player may put a card from their hand to the top of their deck. So what the plan is that you have Academy at Night in play, and you have water energy in your hand, and you use Academy at Night, put that card on the top of your deck, and then you can use Glaciated World to attach that to any of your water attackers, whether it be Greninja, Palkia VSTAR, or Kyurem VMAX. And then you can also use the VSTAR Star Portal to power up more Pokemon. And then another cool card to help with your water acceleration is Powerglass. You put this on typically your Kyurem VMAX because you discard the energy, have the Powerglass, and at the end of your turn you get one of those energies back. So it's an easy way to power up that Pokemon again to attack again and again. The rest of the cards are kind of stable. I like this one of Earthen Vessel because it helps you get your energy early on, and you can get that card with using cards like Irida, and you can just find that with a water Pokemon. We play Boss's Orders. Ciphermaniac's really good in this deck. You pair it off with your Glaciated Whirl on the Kyurem VMAX. You can pair it off with the concealed cards. You can use concealed cards and draw those 2 cards from the deck. A lot of stuff does synergize well with each other. I like the Scoop Up Cyclone I've actually started with Lumineon several times, and it's a great way to get that out reactive to attack, or even if you have a very heavily damaged Kyurem VMAX, it is a 3 prizer like I mentioned earlier. Scoop Up Cyclone, you get that liability out of play. So we're just gonna see how this works. It's a very basic list. As we mentioned in the podcast, this isn't meta. This is not going to be anything close to meta. It's just, this is a fun deck, and let's celebrate the rotation with playing a lot of the cards that we're going to be losing. So without further ado, we're going to we're going to do the casual ladder for this. We don't want to get our butts handed to us on the rank ladder. So as we look for an opponent, so remember the game plan with this deck. We want to go first if we can. When I played this deck, going first has been more successful, and we want to try to get our Pokemon out. So perfect, we won the coin flip. Do we want to go first? Absolutely, I want to go first. So we'll see what the opening hand is, but we want to try to set up our board as easily possible because almost all our Pokemon is setup base. So I'm going to start with the Mew. 180 HP, it's not really going to get knocked out, and I have the free retreat with it. So next turn I can just retreat it without using a switch card. Okay, Arcanine EX. This is interesting. Haven't really seen this deck in a while. So we are hitting for weakness. It is a fire deck, so this should go in favor for us. So we'll see what our mulligan is. Kyurem, perfect. So I'm just going to press done because we're going first anyway. GUEX. Okay, so it looks like they may have some control-y aspect. Discard top 2 cards in my deck. That may help or hurt us. We'll see if they can get that going. So we're going to bench our Kyurem V and our Palkia, Orange Form Palkia V. I am going to play my Nest Ball, see if I have my Greninja in here. We do, so I'm going to grab it. So we have our Lumineon. We have 3 more Kyurems. We have 2 more Palkia. Let's see what else is in our deck. Kyurem VMAX, cool. We have all our Palkia V-Stars. We have a good amount Iridas, good amount Boss. We got the Earthen Vessel. I love having that in there. And then we have a decent amount of Water Energy. So I would say we're good for now. And we have Water Energy in hand, so we're going to conceal cards. Start putting that in the discard pile. Let's see what we get off that. Okay, cool. So I'm going to get another Kyurem out, because that's what this deck is about. Palkia is cool, it's easy to set up, but we want to try to Kyurem. Plus we have a Palkia right here. So we don't know much about this. We can't really knock that out even with the Greninja, so I'm not sure if it's worth putting the energy on there yet. I'm going to put it on the Kyurem V. That way we can start attacking. We got the Super Rod. We don't want to play Super Rod just yet. Let's see. Do we want to play the V? I don't think so. We have that already. Well, let's do it just in case they do some shenanigans and knock out that. We can at least have something going on. We can't restart. We already have 3 cards in hand. So I think this is a good turn. So we'll just end and see what they do. We gotta be mindful. They may mill some important cards of ours. I think we're in a position early on where that's not that big of a deal. So they're going to Iono us. Okay, let's see what we get. We each get fresh 6 cards. Okay, cool. So we get the VMAX, we get the VSTAR. We actually get a lot that is beneficial to us. So, but they can attack. Okay, they're going to use Rotom. I'm not sure they will attack. I don't know what. So this is more of a control-like fire deck. And they didn't attack us, so that's interesting. Okay, so let's evolve up. We're going to conceal cards. See 2 more cards. Cool. Okay, this is where... So I can evolve up, and we can knock out that Chi-Yu easily, even without discarding any energy, because of the weakness, because it is weak to water. So, with that being said, I kind of wish we had... What I should have done was Cypher and try to get that Magna Basin out. Okay, so we need to make a decision. So I am going to go here, because I can always... Okay. I'm going to play Irida for this turn. Get Earthen Vessel. Try and maximize that VSTAR portal we have. And then... I am actually going to get a second VMAX. Because we can evolve both and try to use Glaciated World twice. So I'm going to Earthen Vessel away Water Energy. Get 2 more waters. And I am going to use Star Portal. There's 3 in there. Use max it out. So I'm going to put 1, 2 here. And then let's do 1 on that. That way we have a backup attacker. So let's see. Let's Glaciate World. See if we can get any more energy. Now we lose Irida, but we have a couple more. Let's see what else we can get here. If we're lucky. Nest Ball, we got our setup, so I'm not really too worried about losing that Nest Ball. So what we are going to do, we're going to retreat into the VMAX, and we're just going to attack. And yeah, they concede right away. So the weakness did play in our favor. We were able to set up really quickly. It is a weird deck. They weren't ever gonna one-shot us. So that's one game. Let's see if we can get another game under our belts. So let's go in again once this thing will let me. So you kind of see how a good setup matters with this deck, and that's one of the difficult things playing Kyurem VMAX LOR. I had a lot of issues just setting up. We were able to do it really well. I like how we were able to basically have multiple options at in the beginning. So I'm gonna choose go heads. I always go heads. Tails. Okay, we'll see what the opponent goes. Hopefully we still go first. I know a lot of times the more aggro decks want to go second, so we're kind of hoping they do that. So maybe with this match we'll try to focus on Kyurem VMAX being a supporter Pokemon. As I said, that a lot of times we think of it as the main attacker, but it can also give us a lot of support as well. It can help power up Radiant Greninja, it can power up Palkia to attack really early on, and then just using a Glaciated World just to help with energy acceleration. It is a nice, easy way. So we're going against Mankey, so it may be Annihilate. So the Annihilate has a revenge-like attack, so we need to be careful with that. It can one-shot us, and we do have a 3-prizer as our main strategy, so we just need to be careful with this. So they attack, or they attach a Fighting Energy, Monkey Beatdown. So if it does attack next turn, it does 10 to itself. We may be able to get away with getting this knocked out. I don't think so with how our deck plays. So they're going to be able to survive 1 turn. So let's see what they do. Looks like they're taking their time to think, which is important. We don't want to rush into our decisions. We don't want to force our opponents to rush. So they're going to play Ultra Ball. So let's see what they discard, because this will give us a more clear idea of what they're playing. So they're taking their time. So Primate and Youngster. Okay. So a lot of cards we don't necessarily see in the competitive scene, which is fine. Like, every card is good. So in this case, Youngster. So they get Riolu. So they're playing Lucario. So Youngster, shuffle your hand and draw 5 cards, which is not necessarily bad. Like, sometimes you just need a fresh restart. So we'll see if they play that Riolu down. Okay, they're Ultra Balling away. I wonder what else they'll get. wondering what their strategy is. Jock in a Fighting Energy. Okay, so we know that Riolu is still there. Then we get Lucario EX. Okay. So, if we can somehow Iono them away, we do have the Lumineon in hand, so we could do that. And they didn't bench that Riolu. That's interesting. I wonder why. Okay, so it's our turn. We're going second. We're going to play down the Palkia. Let's see what we have in our deck. Nest Ball. Okay, so we have our Fezandipiti. We have all 4 Kyurem Vs. We'll have all 4 of the Palkias. And we have a Radiant Greninja. That's awesome for our basics. We have 2 VMAX with 1 in hand. We have all 4 Palkia. So we have all our Pokemon. We are good to go in Pokemon. So here it is. Bottom. Okay, we're good on our support. Okay, we have the Earthen Vessel. We have our Powerglass, which we haven't seen yet. We have 1 of our Academy of Knights, so that means another one is prized. And then we have 6 energy and 2 more, so we have most of our energy. So we're going to use conceal cards just to see if we can get some more. Cool. So unfortunately we have not gotten the Kyurem V. So we know what they're in their hands. Kind of dead. So I'm actually kind of happy with how many card energy. I want to play down the second one because Palkia may be our attacker for this. And we want to make sure we can evolve into the VSTAR next turn. So, do we want to... I'm going to play Lumineon V and get a supporter. So that way we can support for turn. What do we want for next turn? We want to get Irida because I want to make sure we can attack with the Radiant Greninja next turn because their hand's pretty dead. So we're going to do that. We're going to grab Earthen Vessel, get energy, and then we're going to grab the Kyurem V because we don't have that set up yet. So we're going to bench that. We have energy and all that for next turn. Really, we can kind of go ahead and do that now, thin down our hand. And kind of put the pressure on so we can put it on the Greninja saying, hey, we have this if you don't. Yeah, and we're just going to keep the Mew in the active because there's no threat right now. They're in top deck mode, so we're just going to pass. We have a good setup for next turn. We got our energy in the discard for a nice Moonlight Shuriken. We know they can't evolve that Riolu. We know one card's the Lucario EX. And yeah, so we have this. So they're going to attack us. I'm not even sure they're going to be doing any damage. We are resistant to fighting. And then they're going to be doing damage to themselves. So I'm not sure if they realized the pickle they're in. So we'll see what they do. So they're thinking it through. They're trying to figure out what their best move is with the options that they are given. I probably would have put a second energy on that Riolu. If I were the opponent not knowing I have basically the perfect setup. So Monkey beat down. They're not doing any damage to us. So let's see. Let's get this done. So we're going to evolve the Palkia VSTAR. We are going to evolve our Kyurem VMAX. So we have 2 energy. So what we can do is let's conceal cards, get maximum effort in from Palkia. So, okay. Let's make this even better. We're going to Cipher. We are going to put an energy on the top. And don't really need anything else, but we got game. So I'm just gonna do the Powerglass just in case we can draw into it. But we can, this is where we can use Kyurem as a support Pokemon. So Glaciate World, we're gonna put that on Radiant Greninja, get that, help us get that set up per se. we're going to start a portal, get more energy into play. So we'll put one on Greninja. We'll put one on the VMAX. Put one here. Let's say if we had more turns to do. Let's go ahead and just retreat, and we'll just get this game done. So we're going to Moonlight Shuriken, do 90 damage to both Pokemon, clean them out. So not the best example of using Kyurem as a support Pokemon, but it can be used as a support Pokemon. So 2-0 for the night. With that being said, I know I am on the casual ladder. So let's do the last match on the rank ladder. Just see. I'm not really high up on there, so we may still encounter the same issues. But let's just go. We're already 2-0 for the night. Positive record. Let's see what game 3 will go. This one may be a little more challenging since we are on the rank ladder, but you never know. We may be able to go on, head out on top, go 3-0 for the night. But the more important thing is you all seeing what the deck does. Okay, so we won the coin flip. I'm gonna go first. I want to make sure we get our setup. So let's see who we're going against. So we're gonna have them all again. They're gonna see what we do. But the beauty of this deck, no one really knows what we do that well. No one has seen Kyurem VMAX in a hot minute. They'll see the Palkia VSTAR, but they may be like, oh, this is a meme deck. I have this. So let's see. So we mulligan, luckily only once. Okay, cool. So we start with the Mew. I'm just going to put the Mew out. We are going first. We have the Fez, but we don't need to have that in play right now until we get knocked out. It's just a bench sitter at that point. King is gone. So interesting. Okay. Our hand's not the greatest going first. So let's Ultra Ball. Let's do one Cypher and one of the energy. I want to keep another one. So with Kyurem, okay, we're good there. Oh, we don't want. So we got our main Pokemon. That's cool. Let's see if we have the Ninja. We do not have Ninja, so that is prize. That's what I was looking for. So we decent amount of supporters. Okay, cool. We got Super Rod or Ball. Oh, how many Nest? Where's our Nest Balls? Okay, we have all our Nest Balls. So we're in decent shape. We're not in the best shape. So I'm gonna get my Kyurem out. Yeah, we're gonna go with Kyurem because that's the point of this deck. Let's just end with making sure he's the star. So I'm gonna attach an energy. I'm gonna play the Fez. I know I said I didn't want to, but I'm gonna restart and try and draw one more card. So another water energy for next turn. Cool. So we're just gonna do that. I don't think they'll be able to attack us going first. Kangaskhan really needs 3 energy. So unless they're playing like energy sticker, even then I think that has to be on the bench. So okay, Nest Ball. Let's see what type of deck is sent around this Kangaskhan EX. Another card we haven't really seen a lot. Flip 4 coins, 100 for each heads. If you flip 4 heads, you're doing 400 damage. That's pretty insane. So let's see what this is partnered with. You never know. This may be another future rogue deck. I've seen a couple crazy combinations with Kangaskhan. Frigibacks. So maybe someone with the Baxcalibur Shampoo. Don't remember if you can Baxcalibur to a non-water Pokemon. I think you can, so that makes sense. So if that's the case, we may want to try to target down that Frigibacks. That way they're slow with their Baxcalibur. So they played Shampoo. So those who don't remember, because it's been a while, has a Shivery Chill ability. Once your turn, if it's inactive, you can search for 2 basic water energy and put in your hand. So it pairs really well with Baxcalibur. So Arven, let's see what cards they get. EXP share and Great Ball. Okay, I see the cooking here. Great Ball definitely making a resurgence, especially with how popular it is with Lugia, Dodrio. Okay, so that's their draw engine, is the Dodrio. If you recall with the Skull Villain EX deck we did, you can put a damage counter on it and you can draw. So, okay. So we have 2 Water Energy, Cypher, and Scoop Up. Don't necessarily want to play Scoop Up, but we don't really have any other cards. So I'm going to play Cypher, because with Restart we can try to get what we need. So I'm going to do Glaciated World, or sorry, the Kyurem VMAX and a Water Energy. So I'm hoping that through Restart I can get that evolve, and then so what we're going to do is play the Water Energy. We're going to restart for 1 and get that Kyurem VMAX. Let's evolve up. And then we're going to restart for 1. Why won't it let us restart? Did we already restart for the turn? I guess we're... Oh, that's right. Let's Glaciated World. We already restarted. So we're going to Glaciated World here. So we are going to retreat into that. So we can either knock that out. So if we... So 120, 170, 220. So we have to discard all the energy. So I don't like doing that, but it's an easy way to get 2 prizes, and they can have that fridge back so easily. So we're just gonna go for it. So we're 120 plus 50 is 170, plus another 50 is 220, 270. So we're gonna knock that dude out, get 2 prizes. And we get our Greninja, so we're good for next turn. We got Irida. These are great prizes. So this kind of showed how important sequencing is with this deck, and how sometimes it's easy to lose track of your sequencing. I probably already restarted and I couldn't remember. So when you play IRL, counters are your best friend. I know the system does it for me, but you have to remember what you're doing. So they played a Manaphy. That's gonna hurt us. We don't play Canceling Clone. So this is, from here on out, it is gonna be hard. We don't play Thornton, so I can't get the VSTAR out right away. So we're just gonna see how this goes. Really, this deck loves playing from behind. I don't know why they didn't do the EXP share earlier, because the King Song did have energy, but they probably weren't thinking I was going to be able to knock it out. So they're playing. So they're probably not playing Rare Candy, or they didn't have it. So this is something for us to keep track of. So we'll play the Palkia V. We'll play Greninja. Okay, let's conceal a card, see what we get, because we're not attacking this turn. So they have a big hand, so we could Iono them. So let's see what we want to do. Or we can Irida them. Try to see what we have in our... So we have a lot of energy in this card. So getting rare or Super Rod may not be the worst idea. We only play 10 energy. So let's Irida. This may be better for us. Get a Super Rod. Because we only have, let's see how many cards we only... Yeah, we have 5. but we want to try to increase our chances of getting that energy. So let's see. I'm gonna get the VSTAR out. We're gonna Super Rod the energy back in. Leave 2 in there, that's fine. Okay. Let's Glaciate World, see what we get. Maybe another Super Rod. Oh well, that's what we play 4 of. So we're kind of stuck here. Let's see, is there anything else we could play just to thin and use Restart? I don't like doing that. I want to save the Scoop Up for when we get danger here. So we're just going to pass. They need a lot to knock us out. Not saying it's impossible, because this deck can definitely do it. But they do need to use a lot of resources, use a lot of their energy. They have 2 energy in the discard, so let's see how many they play. So they're going to get 2 more. And then they also need to get Basic W. So let's see what they do. So conceal cards. Okay, so they're in a good spot to use Super Energy Retrieval to get 3 water energy. That's kind of the whole point of their deck, typically. But with the Kangaskhan, it's not a typical Chien-Pao deck, so we need to be careful. So water energy. I wonder why they're powering up that Arctivax. That's interesting. You would think they'll go for Chien-Pao. That's their best attacker. Eliza's Appeal. So what does that do? I haven't really seen that a lot. They're switching. Switch 1 of your active with bench basic, and you are in that new Pokemon's Confused. Okay. So we don't play a switch. I believe I took that out for my initial building. And I'm not ever going to evolve that, so evolution isn't going to be a way. But I do have the Scoop Up Cyclone, so I could scoop up that. We can find a way to power this up. I do have 2 energy in, but I don't have the Mana Fee. So I can probably just power up the Palkia and try to go for that and make them somehow knock me out and taking out their only energy acceleration. That may be the plan. So I am going to do that. I am going to use Scoop Up Cyclone, get that out of play, promote him, put him back into play, and let's see. Let me try to figure out the best way to do this. We're just going to Iono. They have a big hand. Let's get that down. So we have Academy at Night, so this is perfect. So we'll play Academy at Night. We'll use that, put the water energy in. And we can Glaciate World. And try to get something powered up easily. Let's do the Kyurem, because we can Star Portal that. So I'm gonna open Nest Ball. This match, I'd rather go with the Palkia. Yeah, so, and then we'll restart, try and get some more cards. And let's Star Portal. Let's power up this Palkia VSTAR. Let's just start attacking. So then really nothing else we can do. So let's just Substate Swell for 220. That number is going to be important because we can one-shot the Chien-Pao, but they need to get another Pokemon in play. Which they may, because they need to get their their Frigibacks down. They need to get that energy acceleration going for them. If not, they're kind of stuck. So we're in a decent spot. So they're going to use Academy and Night themselves. I don't know what for, though. Unless they have the energy they want to draw into something, but this is interesting that they're doing that. Oh, you know what? It's any card. So, but why would they do that? I'm a little confused why they did that. Unless they just kind of want to save something for later, because that gets shuffled back in. So I wonder if it's that. Crushing Hammer. That is interesting. But they got tails. So that's a big whew on our end. Let's see, and they just concede. They couldn't. We took out their energy acceleration. We had a decent setup, so we go 3-0. Honestly, during my early playtesting, I was struggling with this deck, and we got a game. We won a game on the ladder, and we got 2 in the casual. So that's Kyurem VMAX for you. Actually played pretty well tonight. I liked it. It felt smooth. We made some changes. We originally played a Switch. Oh, we do play a Switch, so I could have got the Switch. But it felt really good tonight. Some potential changes I would do is maybe lower the Palkia line to maybe a 2-2 and add in more energy. 12 energy seems a little better. Maybe adding, or even taking out the Lumineon. But I liked having the choice of cherry picking our supporter at that time. Scoop Up Cyclone. Maybe we could get away with a Prime Catcher. Unfair Sam may have been good. There's a lot of decent options for A-Spec for this. Maybe adding one Powerglass. We didn't really use it, but I liked having the option in there, or we may even cut it all together since we didn't really use it. But yeah, Kyurem VMAX, a nice collection of the cards we will be losing the next couple months. So this is a great opportunity to find a deck to really remember how important some of these mechanics were. But with that being said, thank you for watching this video. Shout out to For Honor and Glory. As a reminder, they are a sponsor of this of the podcast and the content that we do here with the Rogue Deck Chronicles. Go to their online store, forhonorandglory.com. Use the discount code ROGUE24 and you get 10% off your online purchases. All proceeds help us to really continue doing this podcast. They are a great sponsor store. I go there all the time. Great people. So check them out. If you're in the Tampa Bay area, check out that store too. They have a lot of great things that they sell there. But yeah, with that being said, have fun playing those sneaky decks, and if you have any of sneaky decks yourselves, feel free to reach out to us and we may be able to showcase them. But yeah, have a good night, y'all.